What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's going on with SPY, Tesla, and a couple of other tickers. I want to break down some information about the economic calendar. And also talk about something very big coming out for next week, as I have a very important warning. But before I begin it down, let me just mention a couple of things. I'm firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And then don't forget about the Moomoo link. The offer ends very soon. If you sign up for Moomoo with the link down below and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and this offer ends in just 3 days. Anyways, for SPY, this thing is slowly on a bit of an uptrend, trying to pump a little bit right here. It's very, very slow and very choppy, of course, but there was this one move up, and now it's just kind of trading flat up here. But if anything, we are breaking to the new all-time high, hitting 524. I mentioned in my video that SPY was looking a little bit more bullish to maybe at a slight uptrend, and that is what's playing out so far. So the question is, how is SPY going to move from here? Are we about to see a big rejection or not? Well, guys, as of right now, the market's kind of like done with the trading because we only have about 40 minutes left until the market's going to close, and then we have no trading on Good Friday. But even though the market's going to be closed on Good Friday, it does not mean that the data is going to stop. That's why I want to give you guys a warning. So tomorrow is Friday, March 29th, okay? An hour before the market would typically open, so at 8:30 a.m., we have the PCE data report coming out. That's going to be very important, giving us more information about inflation. And then after all of that, at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Jerome Powell giving a speech. So Jerome Powell is going to appear again, and what he says could affect the markets. Now, we might not get any moves or much of a move on Friday, obviously, because the market is closed. But then when Monday comes, okay, Monday, April 1st, the market is going to likely gap up or gap down as a result of what is said, what's happening. And we're going to be looking to see how we end up opening. There could be a big reaction to all of this happening as soon as Monday. So make sure you're prepared for that, guys. Get ready for some high volatility. We could see something very, very big that happens on Monday in response to what Jerome Powell says, in response to the PCE data. So with that being said, if you're trading SPY, okay, if you're a day trader, if you're swing trading, whatever you want to do, I want you guys to be very, very mindful of the fact that there's not going to be trading tomorrow. So with the data coming out, the market is still going to have a big reaction likely by Monday. Are we going to see a big rug pull from here? Is the market going to rally to new all-time highs again? We'll have to wait and see. But if you hold anything overnight, the market will not open again until Monday, and then you'll have to see, you'll have to hold through all the data that comes out. You'll have to hold through any moves. So it's all up to you guys. It's a risk that you could take if you want. I'm just here to give you guys a warning. Right now on SPY, we are pushing nicely, trying to hold above 524. But just know this, okay? As SPY is pushing, as SPY is showing strength, it's very important to know we have some tough resistance in the 524, so you have to be very, very careful. Now, with that happening, could SPY get a big rejection? Maybe. It's a real possibility. We did reject off 524 last time, or we could just keep going to 525 plus, depending on what Jerome Powell and the others say. The reaction may come on Monday, even though Jerome Powell is speaking on Friday. Now for Tesla, excuse me, guys, I apologize. For Tesla, we're looking a little bit more bearish. We actually lost the support right over here at our trend line, and now we're holding the 200 EMA at this 175.9 area. We're kind of just shuffling around here. Now Tesla's looking a little bit weaker. I could see this thing dipping a bit more, but I'm not going to count on it. I'm not going to promise it until we see more information about what happens to our data and also what happens with all this other information. So on April 1st, Tesla will either gap up or gap down depending on PCE, depending on the news that comes out for it, depending on Jerome Powell, right? But then on I believe the 2nd of April, we have the deliveries data, and that's going to cause an even bigger move. So that's what's going to really affect the stock right now. As of right now, it's just shuffling in this 176 area, very close to where the 200 EMA happens to be. So it's kind of stuck, not really doing a whole lot. How about the QQQ? The QQQ is trying to push a little bit higher. It's just barely shuffling. It's been stuck all day. Very, very boring price action, especially thanks to Nvidia. So we're stuck at 444.8. We're trying to hold above our channel right over here where this white trend line is. So it is showing some life by holding up, but the real move is going to come after Jerome Powell's speech and after PCE data. Yes, the data comes out tomorrow, but the reaction should be seen on Monday. Otherwise, we're just kind of stuck and we're just shuffling for now. So it's waiting on some big data, not really doing much, very indecisive. So there's not really much going on with it. It is showing some strength, trying to hold above this white trend line, but we'll have to see what happens from there. So, in my opinion, if you're holding anything overnight, it's your choice. You could make a lot of money, you may not. But like I said before, you want to be very careful when you have lots of data coming out, which we can't always predict. And then we have Nvidia. Nvidia is showing some strength testing this upper resistance at this 908 area. If we break through this, we could see 916 coming next, a test of our 50 EMA, not to mention 920. But we have to see what the reaction is just to be safe too. Any news that comes out over the weekend is going to affect this, not to mention PCE and Jerome Powell's speech. There's no trading tomorrow, so don't expect much for tomorrow. But specifically, when all the data comes out, look for the reaction to be coming on Monday. Will we see Nvidia breaking out even higher? Is it going to come back down? This will depend on the data. This will depend on Jerome Powell. So make sure you're patient. Make sure we see how it goes. And finally, we have Apple stock. Apple's very boring. It's just kind of stuck in this range. 172 to 172.5 is resistance. Support at 170.9. Back and forth price actions, all that's going on. I'm not really seeing much changing. So that's pretty much it for now, at least for Apple. Not really doing much. I don't expect anything for the rest of the day. But let's see how this is impacted by Powell and the other factors out there. We'll be watching for a move on Monday. All right. So just a few more. Let's just talk about a couple more tickers. I know things are kind of boring right now. Amazon's just going back and forth between this 181.5 area and about 180. It's just a 1 point range. We're just back and forth and back and forth. Very boring on Amazon. So we'll see if this is like a cup and handle, if Amazon's about to get a breakout or not. I'm not going to solely just focus on technicals. We'll see what the data causes. For Meta, it's stuck right now. It's been stuck in this range almost all day, basically around 485 to about 490's resistance. Could push towards 491 a little bit more, but that's just like for a more like intraday basis. I'm not too sure about what's going to happen over the weekend. We'll just have to wait and see. The VIX right now is just very flat, very indecisive. There's a gap down here to fill. If this thing starts coming down to fill that gap and it completes doing so, could it mean that there's one more pop coming to the markets? It's a real possibility. So we'll just have to wait and see. All right, guys. I'm not going to make any promises from this point on. I'm just here to give you guys the necessary warnings that could help you greatly. So I just want to thank you all so much for listening. I appreciate every single one of you so much. And let me just say that when it comes to trading, sometimes you have to make some very, very, very important decisions. So hypothetically, like I'm not giving financial advice when I say this, but I do think that whatever happens over the weekend is kind of hard to predict. So if I were to play this, I wouldn't risk my entire portfolio. I wouldn't risk way too much money. I would be very, very cautious of that. I would manage risks very well on a day like this. And I just wanted to make it clear that there could be a lot of manipulation as well in the markets. Could they be pumping it for a bigger dump, or could they be pumping it early because they know it's going to pump even higher on Monday? Who knows, guys? Who knows? So I would manage risks. I'd be very, very careful. You could make a lot of money. Do not like think that I'm trying to sway you away from trading overnight. You can make crazy money. It could work out very well if you play it right. But I just want to let you know that simultaneously there are risks in doing so. So I'm not giving any financial advice. I'm just saying that you could do whatever you want to do. You can make money. You may not make money. It's on you. Take care, guys. Do what you have to do, and I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. All right. So have a great day. Enjoy the weekend for what it's about to offer. I'll be making one more video about the market later on for today, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you, and peace out.